So formal.
I don't know how to save this, so hopefully we'll all go good.
Hopefully so. Let me turn off all of my bingy stuff. Like,
Okay.
turn that off.
So would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello. What do you want to know? Just my name or what's about what I'm
I
about? Or
guess your name, I guess the like where you go to college and stuff. I'm trying to find a hair tie.
hey, I am Rosa Mia Rosado, and I go to TCNJ, the College of New Jersey, and I am an elementary education and English major.
Great. And you don't really know why I'm here to talk to you.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
So I'm in a class called Ethics and the Trolley Problem.
Okay.
And it is essentially it's a once a week class where we get together and we just talk about one philosophy problem called the trolley problem every single time. And we just got more and more in depth about it.
Okay.
And I am here to essentially present to you a speed run of the entire class.
Ooh,
And I
okay.
want to get your thoughts on the trolley problem.
Okay. Just like
So
from
we're just
what I retain and what I've learned.
yeah, because we have like we go in depth and then we like think about it and then we like read a big professional article and we write like a little like summary of it and we have like all this time to like digest things and like change our minds and our opinions, but I want to see what happens if I give you all this information. What is your conclusion?
Okay.
Okay,
Ooh.
so the first basic, I think we need to do the basics because you don't know what the trolley problem is, right?
I have never heard of it.
That's great, amazing. Okay, so the trolley problem is is basically this like philosophy idea that was first presented by the philosopher Philippa Foot in a paper she wrote called about the doctrine of double effect. She didn't like name it the trolley problem. It was just an example she came up with to use to explain her point. And you actually know the doctrine of double effect. You don't know it by that name, but we went to Catholic high schools, so we know
Okay.
what the doctrine of double effect is. It's, do you remember junior religion? Who did you have for junior year religion? I had Miss Malley.
I had Miss Graham.
Okay. Well, did Mrs. Graham ever do the thing with like she writes out like, oh, I forget the words, but it's like the whole thing with like cause, motive, intention,
Yes,
consequences.
that's literally one of the like biggest things I remember from that class.
Right. And it's like, and she's like, even if like your intentions are
It's
good, if
good,
your
doesn't
like
mean action right. I
actions
get
are
it.
good,
Yeah.
right? So it's right. It's mainly this Christian philosophy because the paper she actually wrote it on was about like how the doctrine of double effect impacts like the thinking with abortion
Okay.
and everything. But this is just like you, so you know what the doctrine of double effect is. The way the
Yeah.
Catholic Church teaches it is
Yeah.
like you can't do something even if it has a good outcome if your like intentions are bad or if your like actions to get to that good outcome are bad,
Yeah.
right? Everything needs to be good.
Yes.
And Flip It a Foot was like, that's kind of dumb because what if, and then she presented like all these different
Yeah.
examples where like in basically impossible scenarios.
Okay.
And one of the scenarios she presented was the trolley problem. Again, she didn't call it that, but that's what it's known as now, where
Okay.
she had the idea of what if you were, I'm going to share my screen actually so you can get like some imagery. I'm just going on like our class, like Blackboard page.
Okay.
So how do I share my screen? So it's basically this like if you are standing there and you know what a trolley is, right? Like they're a little old, but
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So there's this trolley and it's barreling towards the tracks. And on the track it is on, there are 5 people on the track. And for whatever reason, they can't get off. Maybe it's like they're in a tunnel, so they're already trapped, or they've been like tied there for some reason, or they've
Okay.
just all gotten stuck. They're just on the trolley tracks and they cannot get off before this trolley hits them, and they
Okay.
all will die. But you are standing near a lever, and said lever, if you flip it, will change the track to go on another one. But on this track is one person. Do you flip the lever?
I guarantee you, Miss Graham gave us this exact same
Now you know it. Okay, but you
Okay,
don't.
now like it's coming back to me like, oh, okay. Are you asking like what I think?
Yes, yes. I want to know what you think.
Okay.
Would you flip the lever?
So if I flip the lever, it hits one person. If I don't flip the lever, it kills like multiple people.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's going to hit the 5 people.
Yeah. I think this is what I said in junior year too. I think I would flip the lever to hit the one person rather than 5.
Do you have a why?
Because one casualty versus multiple casualties
Mm-hmm.
is just better.
There is no right answer, just to let you know. You don't have to be correct. Like, there's no correct. There's just different ways of thinking. It's a theoretical. But that's a very common answer. Most people hear about it the first time. Their first intention is usually, oh yeah, flip the lever, kill the least amount of people. But then we get into different variations of the trolley problem. So say this time, instead of there being a lever where there's one person, there's actually a fat man on a bridge. And if you push the fat man off the bridge with your own 2 hands, he will die, but his body will stop the trolley. Do you push the fat man?
Do I push the fat man? One person is dying either way.
Right.
I would say no.
You do not. And why is this situation different?
Because I had the intention to kill the man, but to stop, oh God, I don't know. Dang it. This is not what I needed today. Oh man.
It's all right. I'm not like gonna send you to prison if you're like, I will kill everyone.
I would probably no, I don't think so. I changed my mind. I would not.
So you do not. And does this now going back, do you still pull the lever?
Yeah.
You still pull the lever, but you are you don't push the fat man.
Yeah.
Okay. What if you are the trolley driver?
Mm.
And you have the option to switch tracks in the trolley car.
Okay.
So here's where we get into, I'll explain why this is like the next logical like variation of the trolley problem. Because there's a lot of talk then of basically your involvement in this. Yeah. Because you are a bystander in both of the scenarios I just presented to you. We're going to stop sharing because now I'm settled. Okay. So you are a bystander in both of these scenarios. You know, you're just some random person on the seat and you see this accident. And so a lot of philosophers, after a lot of deep thinking and overly wordy, complex paper writing, they come to the conclusion that you should do nothing because you are not involved. Because you're just a person. And it is morally not okay to take it upon yourself to make life-threatening decisions for other people. This also, interestingly, is also the legal answer to this question. If you are in a scenario where, because you are a bystander in one scenario, but in another scenario, you caused a death.
That makes sense.
So
even
see how like
trolley driver?
Right, but now, so okay, say you're no longer a bystander.
Okay.
You are in the car. You have been involved in this scenario now. You're the trolley driver, something happens that now you are in this scenario where your trolley car is about to hit 5 people. Okay. Now do you pull the lever?
See, that's the thing, because it's the trolley driver's responsibility. He can't be a bystander.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's the one, he has control.
Yes.
No matter what. I think I would probably still pull the lever for the same reason as the bystander. You know, one death is better than 5, or how it was.
Most people, this example is one that people say they don't pull the lever, and there are others this is sometimes gets them to change up. But if you already said you're pulling the lever, you're probably still pulling the lever. But that's just, this is like the next logical conclusion. It's like, okay. So the trolley problem also, because it's very specific, but it's also not specific, because in the same paper that All the Way Back with Flip of the Foot was like talking about this thing, she presented other examples, and another very common one is like the doctor example. And you're a doctor.
Okay,
And
yeah.
you probably know this one too, like the very basics of it. That you're a doctor and there are 5 patients that need healthy organs. And a person comes in and somehow they're a match for all 5. Do you harvest their organs to save the 5 people?
No.
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 And why?
Because why? Because he needs them. There's no point of him giving up his organs to save someone else if he dies.
Would you say it's because he's a bystander?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
why is the one person on the other track not also a bystander?
Because he can't move. He can't move from the track. He's involved no matter what.
No, but if the trolley passes him by, someone could just come and get him then.
If the trolley passes him by. So
like if you don't switch the tracks, and even if he's stuck, eventually if the trolley just goes about his business, he's still alive. You could theoretically, like if he's like his foot is trapped,
save him. But yeah, you could also go save the 5 people too.
Right, you're right. But the 5 people, the trolley's already headed towards them.
Oh,
there's no conscious thing.
Like fate.
Right. So it's like it's like the same with the doctor. Like the 5 people are already dying, but this one person is healthy. And even though sacrificing them could save the others, you said he is a bystander, so you will not do it. So what makes the person trapped on the other trolley track not a bystander?
The person on the trolley track doesn't have a choice, where the person who has the healthy organs, he could be like, no, get away from me.
That's interesting, because technically speaking, that one person might not have a choice. What if I'm a crazy lunatic? I come up to them with the anesthesia, boom, now they're knocked out and I'm gonna cut them open.
That's illegal.
So was murder.
That's murder.
So is murder.
That's a murder.
Right. Okay.
But it's the intent.
So you're still so you're still pulling the lever, but you're not harvesting the organs and you're not pushing the fat man.
Correct.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, wow.
Okay, so we did that one.
I hope you know I'm going to be thinking about this all night. This is going to keep me up.
Perfect. That's great. Am I going to I'm coming home tonight for Easter.
Are you really?
Yes, because my work asked me to swap shifts with the people down in Lawrenceville. Okay. So there's another like example called like the bomb trolley case. It's I think it's fairly similar. It's basically just like instead of pulling a lever, you like explode a bomb to like stop the trolley.
It's the same thing.
But it's like.
But then the people on the trolley would die.
I think the whole I don't. Well, presumably there's no one on the trolley for some reason or whatever reason. It's just like the person.
Okay.
But whatever. Like that's like one of the things. Like one of the like things is like it's a runaway trolley. Like that's why like there's no driver to stop it.
Gotcha.
For whatever reason. But yeah, like I think that one's mainly just to be like, oh, but what if it's a more violent way? Like,
Yeah.
But I think if my memory serves correct, that one's mentioned more like offhandedly, where it's just like whatever.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm going through the diagrams. I was doing a chem exam before this, and it took me a lot longer, so I didn't have time to prepare as much as I would have liked.
Get on top.
That's the Fatman trolley one. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure when we would get to this. So the next big logical leap is this one is directed mainly towards you. This next one is if you are a person who would not pull the lever, then this next brain experiment won't really like pose any challenge to you. But for you, who says you will pull the lever, it's probably gonna cause you a little distress.
Oh no. Okay.
So you will say you pull the lever.
Okay.
what if now I open it up? The trolley now has 3 lanes it can go down. It can
Okay.
hit the 5 people. It can hit the 1 person,
Oh,
or it can hit you.
hey, I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah. Do you do nothing, or do you pull the lever? And if you pull the lever, which track does it switch to? The other person or you?
Other person or me? Well, if I was a very like, I could give you like the nice answer. Say,
Give me the honest answer.
I would give my life for that. No, I'd say I'm saving myself. It's
Right.
self-defense. It's self-defense.
So philosophy, like big philosophy people argue that if you are not willing, and there's also like debate whether or not like this is an actual thing, but when this was first presented to us in class, the line of thinking was, if you're not willing to sacrifice yourself, what gives you the right to sacrifice the other person? Why not just let nature run its course?
Why not let nature run its course? That's a really good point. Yeah. Wow. You stumped me. I'm stumped.
So this goes a lot to like big, like, so now we like expand out. This isn't just about the trolley problem. It's just about like philosophy and like how people think about the world. So, oh, I'm so bad at remembering the big fancy names. Utilitarianism. That's one of them. So there's like a line of thinking that is called utilitarianism, which I knew before the class, but I like didn't really have a big definition towards it.
Yeah, like I sounds familiar.
So the dictionary definition is the doctrine that actions are right if they are useful or for the benefit of the majority. So utilitarian, that's what your line of thinking was for the basic problem, that it is okay to pull the lever because it saves the most people.
Yeah.
That's what a utilitarian would say in that scenario. Let me see if I can find the word for the other one. We definitely talked about it, and I definitely forget it because that's just the way I am. No, wait, it was before this. It was in. Was it virtue ethics? Oh no, it's called the categorical imperative. That's what it is. Okay. That's what it is. Categorical imperative. Oh, which basically says you should like, there's an imperative, like, if like, it's kind of complicated because of course it is. And so like basically you should imagine each scenario as what you would like it to be in your ideal world. Okay. Or whatever. So with the categorical imperative, you wouldn't pull the lever because in that like scenario or whatever, you wouldn't like be someone who commits a murder. Okay. Like you would never commit a murder, like even ever. So like, but that's like, so now you're getting, so you would never, but you still won't pull it on yourself. So you won't pull it on yourself. No. But you are still pulling it on the other person.
Yeah. So if I even touch the leather that gets me involved, then I either murder or commit suicide. If I pull that lever.
But in every scenario, except the fat man, you wouldn't push the fat man when we talked about the fat man.
Yeah, now that's making me sound like a hypocrite because I'll save the fat man, but I won't save that one person. And
so this is really interesting because I hit this like 2 weeks ago, where I just decided to hold myself the same standards in every scenario, no matter what new information is presented to me, which is basically, I have decided that I'm never like, I don't want to interact. Like, if I'm a bystander, I'm going to stay a bystander because I believe I have reached the conclusion that involving myself invites the moral like badness. But if I stay a bystander, then I'm not involved.
That makes sense.
That's what I have reached. And I've reached that very recently. So like, I'm overloading you with a lot of like different complex ways. And it's totally reasonable that you are like having multiple like arguing like thoughts about what to do in every situation, because that's where a lot of people start out and where a lot of people still are.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, okay. So this is the bystander saving by letting die. And this is where I'm going to share my screen again because the diagrams get kind of complicated.
Okay.
Because of course they do. So if we share this, so this up here, diagram 7, is called the bystander saving by letting die case. The bystander, this little X right here, do you see that?
Yeah.
Can let 8 people die or turn the trolley to one person, the one person over here, or block the path to save 5. So the trolley is heading towards these 8 people, and you as a bystander can outright kill one person, let the 8 die, or block the path, trapping the 5. And they will eventually die, but they're not dead yet. And you technically didn't kill them with the trolley. They'll die of starvation in a few weeks.
Huh. Okay.
Unless they eat each other.
You would think of that. You would. Oh my God. I don't know.
Hi, I actually tricked you. This is my talk on the ethics of cannibalism.
I knew it. You've been talking about cannibalism for a lot longer than you think.
No. Okay, but anyway.
Okay, so I don't think I wouldn't stop the trolley to save the 5.
What? No, that you mean the 8?
No, I wouldn't block the path to save the 5.
Okay, so you're not blocking the 5 in.
That's what I don't think I would do. Oh, okay. So if I were to block the trolley to save the 5, I would be okay.
To kill the 5. The 5 are gonna starve.
Well, yeah, but like to stop them from.
You're blocking the 5 to save 9.
I'm blocking the trolley to save 5. So if 9. I were to 9, I'm an English major, not math.
A lot of numbers.
That's so many numbers. So if I were to stop the trolley to save, not save the 5, but to stop the trolley to not hit the 5, I technically wouldn't be in any trouble because I'm not committing murder. I'm stopping, but they end up dying, and I wouldn't be the murderer. However, that's cruel. Come on.
Yeah.
And then I could kill 8 people, but that's not good. Or I can go back and.
But the trolley is heading towards the 8 people. If you do nothing, the 8 people die, and 6 people walk away.
I know. I want to say kill just the one person to save everyone else, but that's still getting me involved. I don't know if I want to like save all those people and then harm myself, or just let the 8 people die and I go walk away free.
And you know what I would do.
I know what you would do. Because I'm not gonna say it.
Rude.
I love you, but come on. I would probably oh God, I don't know. Stuck between like fate and just killing the one person.
But you're definitely not blocking the 5. You've like gotten rid of that.
No, I'm gotten rid of that.
That's too cruel for you. That's interesting. I don't think anyone's brought that up in our class. Just that it's cruel.
It's cruel. I'd rather die like that than die of starvation, a long and slow death. Come on.
That's interesting. Because in a weird scenario, a lot of people in class argue against the hypothetical that they rationalize to themselves that if they block the 5 in, there must be a way later on to save them.
Oh. Then if you go through that, you could do the hypothetical. You can
of everything. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like doing that.
There has to be a way to stop the trolley entirely. I think in this scenario, because now I'm starting to think of like, if you believe in fate, then those 8 people are going to die another way.
That's also interesting how you bring up the idea of fate. I don't think anyone's brought that up before.
Because that's what it seems like. I don't know if it's a religion thing or if it's just
Maybe.
because I don't know if fate is necessarily religion because I know like
No, I think I know what you mean. I just don't think anyone has like looked at it that like decided to look at it that way.
yeah,
I guess fate is a way to describe it. That this thing is already going to happen to you, and I'm just not going to intervene. Yeah.
exactly. And if I like stop those 8 people from dying or stop them from their fate, they're gonna die in a different way anyway, because it's their fate to die.
Yeah.
Do I stop fate or just kill one person? I think I'm gonna let fate take its course.
Okay, so you're going to let the 8 people die, and 6 people are going to walk away in this scenario.
Yeah.
Do you think that the less of a difference between the amount of people played a part in that? Like, so before in the other scenarios, it was 1 person versus 5 people. But in this scenario, it was 1 person versus 13 people, or 6 people versus 8 people, or 9 people versus 5 people. Because I find it very interesting. In other scenarios, you were like, kill the 1 person. But now that you've been presented with more people.
I think it's also because I've been like when I originally, said kill the 1, not the 5, I didn't think of my consequences. I'm selfish, sorry. I didn't think of I didn't like realize, oh shoot, I could get in trouble or I could, I'd be a murderer.
But now that you've had more time to think about it, you're starting to expand it beyond the scope of just this one instance.
Exactly.
Right.
For the greater good.
So that I keep having the next question I want to ask you, and now I keep forgetting it. Let me turn my fan off. I don't know if that's gonna make a difference in the audio. What was I gonna say? I forget. I had like this thing I wanted to ask you.
As soon as you think of it, you have to write it down.
I don't have anything near me to write down. If this audio screws up, I'm kind of screwed.
Oh my god. You should have turned on your voice memo.
I thought about doing that and I just forgot, and now we're already like deep in. It's already been half an hour.
Are you joking?
I think so. We started at like around 1:30. It's like 2:00 right now.
This has felt like 10 minutes.
That's great.
I'm so into it.
That's why, yay. Something about killing the person. Shit. Okay, I forget. Ooh, I don't know. Sorry. If I knew how to edit, I would cut that out. I do not know how to edit, so we're kind of stuck. There's people making noises in my dorm hallway. Okay.
Dog barking.
So this is a very complicated example, and hopefully while you're thinking through this, I'll remember what I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
But it's called the Lazy Susan case. You know what a Lazy Susan is, right? I don't know if people still use that word.
Like the recliner?
No, that's a chair.
No, the Lazy Susan, a recliner. Hold on, I'm gonna Google it.
No, I think you're thinking of a love seat.
No. A Lazy Susan.
A Lazy Susan is a cabinet.
Oh, Lazy Susan is the thing you put on the center of the table and it spins.
Yeah. In my house, we actually have like a spice thing with it. Yeah. That's why I was like, what is a Lazy Susan?
I'll think of what I was thinking later, but continue. Sorry.
Okay. So in the Lazy Susan, the bystander, this X right here, can let the 5 die. Either the trolley's like it's coming at them somehow. I don't know. Just imagine there's a trolley barreling towards this number 5. But you can turn. God damn it! I hate my dorm hall. That's a problem for next year's, Vincent.
Ooh, I want to hear about that later.
No, I'm just moving. I just do not want this dorm hall. There's no drama. I just don't like it here. This dorm hall. Don't go to work second, everyone. Anyway, so you can spin like this giant Lazy Susan. I don't know what crazy person was like, Lazy Susan. You can spin this giant Lazy Susan and like get the trolley away, but it'll cause a rock slide and kill 1 person.
Okay, wait, say that one more time. So the X is what?
The X is you. It's just like you are here and you could turn this Lazy Susan, this big black dot.
Yeah.
because a trolley is barreling towards these 5 people. But if you turn the Lazy Susan, you'll get the 5 people away. Like they'll like spin away from the trolley tracks.
Okay.
Why right outside my door?
It's just your luck.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Anyway, we shall keep on moving on.
Yes.
You can turn the Lazy Susan, but it'll cause a rock slide, and it'll kill this one person.
Okay. Or
do you turn the Lazy Susan?
What happens if I don't turn the Lazy Susan?
5 people die.
Oh, 5 people die.
They get hit by the trolley.
Oh, I get it. Okay. Oh, see, here's the thing. That same thing again. I think it's the big numbers of people that make me like want to stay out of it. But then like this.
So you're okay involving like 6 people, but once you get to like double digits, then you're like, that's too much.
That's too much, yeah. Because like my first, like instinctively, I was like, oh yeah, turn it, kill the one person. But
there's still only 6 people in this scenario.
I know.
We're back down to the original numbers.
Either kill the one person and I get in trouble but save 5 people, or let 5 people die, my conscience is cleared, and the one person is safe.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a hypocrite if I go back to like kill the one person.
It's a very complicated thing. You don't have to be like, they're different scenarios. They are inherently different scenarios.
You're right. I think in this situation, I'd kill the one person.
You would. Okay.
Yes.
So there's no point in going. Okay.
That's just instinct. So
this is what I wanted to ask you.
Oh.
Do you think there is a difference between what you want to do and what you could do? Like, it's not really like needed to have the conversation. I just think it's very interesting because a lot of people bring it up, at least when they initially talk about it, is like the idea of like, I would like, one of the big examples is like if you have a self-driving car or whatever, and you're like about to go and like hit someone, or if you stop, you cause like an accident, right?
Okay.
And it's like, oh, I would like to say that I would like, if you present, like I present you all the information, all the facts about what's going to happen. It's much easier to be like, oh, I would hit the one person instead of causing an accident that kills like a bunch of people on the highway, right? But then it's like in the moment, you'd probably slam on the brakes.
Oh no, I would slam on the brakes because in the moment, I wouldn't realize it would cause
the accident. Yes.
So I would go over my first instinct.
So if you were actually in the trolley problem scenario, and you say you would pull the lever, but would you? Or do you like? Would you?
I think no, I'd be too scared.
That's what. Yeah. That's one of the main reasons why this is like purely hypothetical, because people that are like, I would pull the lever, it's like, no, you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do anything.
You wouldn't be able to react. You'd be like, oh my God. And then
I'd be running away to save my own life.
Right. We're all selfish
probably
people.
Coming for me next. Like I would have like this one I would.
Is it coming for me next? It's like a monster. It hops off the tracks and grows legs.
I don't know. I'm panicking. Like this, I would run away. The 8 people, the one before that, I would run away. Realistically. But like I'm going off of like pictures. Yeah.
It's not like I'm presenting, ooh, that means I can show you. Oh, this is one of my favorite clips from a TV show. I don't know. Oh, wait. Okay, never mind. Because I don't know what. Oh, wait, let me stop sharing real quick. Okay, we're going to stop sharing. I'm going to pull up the clip so I can find it.
What show?
It's called The Good Place.
Oh, yeah, I know that show.
It's just they did an episode on the trolley problem, I think it'd be interesting to watch because with a TV they like
Scott. I've seen this video. Miss Graham showed us this video. Got
Oh, she
arrested.
did?
Yes, I
Okay,
wrote.
well, we're gonna watch it again now that you have
No,
like a
please,
broader
it's been
context.
2 years. Over 2 years.
Build birdhouses, build a website. Bluehost makes it easy.
Feel like you're engaging with the material, like with the trolley problem.
That was just tricky, that's all. Why don't you just tell me the right answer?
Well, that's what's so great about the trolley problem is that there is no right answer.
This is why everyone hates moral philosophy professors.
I'm on your side here, dude, but he is not wrong.
Okay, Michael, trust me. When it comes to human ethics, I just know more than you. I've been studying it my whole life.
It's just that it's so theoretical, you know? I mean, you know, maybe there's a more concrete approach. Here, let's try this.
Oh, God! Michael, what did you do?
I made the trolley problem real so we could see how the ethics would actually play out. There are 5 workers on this track and 1 over there. Here are the levers to switch the tracks. Make a choice.
The thing is, I mean, ethically speaking...
No time, dude! Make a decision!
Well, it's tricky! I mean, on the one hand, if you ascribe to a purely utilitarian worldview...
Okay, so, what did we learn? Chidi? Talk it out, buddy. What are we thinking?
He thinks he just killed a bunch of people. Quick, Judy, what's your decision?
Okay, I can do this. I am choosing to switch tracks, so that way I only kill 1 person.
Oh, forgot to tell you, this is the scenario where you actually know one of the people. It's your friend Henry there.
Cheaty! How are you, mate?
Eric, move!
Oh, nice trolley.
Move out of the way!
I can't, Cheaty. My boots are stuck in the tracks.
Henry, move!
Anyway, long time no see.
Oh my God!
Yes, that exact
see,
video,
like-
flashbacks from religion class. Yes.
But it's the whole idea of like you can't pull the lever, like you would freak out.
Yeah, realistically, I wouldn't. I would just let it happen. Whatever was on course to happen, I would have let it happen.
So we've actually only been going for like 45 minutes or 40 minutes at this point, but I feel like we've gotten through a lot. Like when there's only 2 people having a discussion, that actually cuts a lot of time because that's what most of the class is, just like discussion based with everyone.
Yeah, you only have 2 opinions, so it's
Yeah,
not
we
like,
only have 2 opinions to like cause like discourse.
Yeah.
And I'm mostly just letting you think through it because I have like my own developed opinions.
Yeah.
I'm just like seeing what you. But what have you learned that's very complicated? You're very interestingly, because you haven't had time to really sit and think about it.
Yeah.
You have been presented with every major scenario that we've gone over in class, and have had different. You haven't decided on one guiding principle.
No.
I feel like a lot of people in class have decided on one guiding principle, and I think that's mostly because we've had a lot of other people telling us what they would do, and we've had a lot of time to think about it. And I think that's the most glaring difference, is that because of your lack of time and lack of other opinions, you have come to your own conclusions for every unique scenario.
Yeah.
And I think that's really interesting. And you also like brought up the idea of like fate, like that's the way you used to describe it, which I don't think is like wrong. It's just I haven't seen someone describe it with the word fate before, which is an interesting way to put it. And there was one other thing you said that I forget, but I thought it was very unique.
Go back in the video, rewind the tape.
I don't know how to do that.
I hope it saves.
I think it will. I have faith.
Faith.
I have faith in fate. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
It's meant to be. Exactly. That's what complicates everything. Because I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think of fate until that one where it's like, don't hit the 5, the 8, or the 1. That's where I'm like, whoa, wait.
Yeah, the big expansion. And do you have a headache by chance?
Oh, pounding.
Well, thank you for your time, Mrs. Rosado.
Of course, Miss
Rosado.
No.
I don't know, ring by spring.
Done.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you.
Is this being shown to your entire class?
I don't think so.
I
think just my professor.
Oh, just your professor. Okay, okay.
Yeah, so like, but we wouldn't have time.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's a lot of time. But thank you. Yeah, and we're gonna